I have a question for you. You have a 350,000 budget and you have to choose either from the new phones that we have that include Tecno Camon 40 Pro, Infinix Note 50 Pro, Redmi Note 14, Galaxy A26 and others, or from the category of old phones that include Galaxy S20 FE, S21 FE, Google Pixel 6a or Galaxy Note 10 Plus. So which one are you going to pick? Normal smartphone user would easily go for the newer models because the popular smartphone of the time is always what they will go for. But for extraordinary people like me, we would want to consider these old flagship phones. We would want to look sideways just for their performance. To make things even more easier, these new phones come with fresh designs, solid build quality because most of these phones nowadays now come with IP64 to IP69 rating. They have average performance, excellent software, Android 15 and the new AI stuffs, average performance, average cameras and excellent battery life. Compared to these old phones that come with timeless design, they also have solid build quality, excellent display, average software. Majority of these phones are not going to receive software updates for a long time. Most of them don't even support the newest Android version, not to mention AI and all of that. So I would say average software, excellent performance, excellent cameras, a good or average battery life. It depends. I think this point will help you decide or make you stand in one side, the side that suits you the best. I've made many videos about old flagship phones on this channel. Old flagship is the general name I use for all these old phones. When I say old flagship, I'm referring to all these old phones. Here in this video, I've made a list of my favorites out of these old flagships that can give you the best performance, camera, display, best battery, and even software a little bit. I've got about 7 to 8 of them that I'm going to share in this video. That is why you need to stick with me till the end of this video, because at the end you are going to discover the cheapest one among them. So let's get started. Let's start our list with the Google Pixel 7. I like to describe this phone as having a nice design, being very comfortable to hold, having a moderate 6.3-inch size that is very easy and comfortable to use. This phone is made of glass and metal, glass on the front and the metal on the frame. It has IP68 rating. I really like the Pixel camera design at the back. We've been seeing this design for a long time now. The Pixel camera bar, even the newest Pixel phones still have this kind of design at the back, so it is pretty cool. It is a 5G capable phone. All the phones on this list support 5G. This phone has an optical fingerprint sensor on the display that is very responsive and fast. Not as fast as the ultrasonic fingerprint, but still fast. For the display, we have an AMOLED panel with 90 Hz refresh rate. It is very smooth. You won't even notice it is just a 90 Hz refresh rate. It supports HDR10 Plus. It's very bright as well at 1400 nits of peak brightness. It is a 6.3-inch display with 1080p resolution, protected by Corning Gorilla Glass features. The display is very sharp, responsive and rich in color production. The only downside for me are the bezels on the screen. They are a little bit thick. It is not a big deal for some people, but I have to mention it. This one comes with Android 13 out of the box. It is currently on Android 15 because Google promises up to 5 years of major OS update. It is powered by the Tensor G2 chip. This chip is a very good processor. Although Google say it is not built mainly for gaming, it is not as powerful as the Snapdragon processor when it comes to gaming. You can still do some gaming on this phone despite all this. But if you are buying a phone solely for gaming, you might want to consider other options that I'm going to mention in this video. Tensor chips are good, but not extremely good for gaming. We have 128GB of base storage with 8GB of RAM. There is also a 256GB storage option if you like to choose that. The most important thing about this phone is the camera. If you are buying a phone solely for camera, I can say that this is one you can definitely go for. This is definitely one of the best camera that you can get within this range, and also one of the best camera on this list. On the rear, we have a 50 megapixel wide lens and a 12 megapixel ultra wide lens. They perform really well both in low light and in good lighting condition, and they even have the option to shoot 4K video on the rear. On the front, we have a 10.8 megapixel camera that can also shoot 4K videos at a solid 60 fps. If you are buying a phone for camera, I can highly recommend the Google Pixel 7 as a great option. There is no headphone jack on this phone, but we have stereo speakers that are very loud. The battery is a 4335 mAh battery. There's wireless charging. I would say the battery life is good, not excellent, but definitely good. This phone goes for around $275 right now, eBay refurbished. It is listed for around 400,000 to 450,000 in Nigeria for the base version. The iPhone 12 is definitely among the best old phones you can get right now. I've gotten a lot of questions concerning this phone. People often ask, how long is this phone going to last? Currently, the iPhone 12 is on iOS 18. Apple is committed to 7 to 8 years of OS updates, and sometimes they even end up giving us more than that. That means this phone is going to receive 3 to 4 more updates. So you can rest assured that your iPhone 12 is going to last a long time. To answer that question and support it, the iPhone 12 also has a very efficient processor. It comes with Apple A14 Bionic chip, which is very efficient, paired with 4GB of RAM. One thing that turned me off about the iPhone 12 is the fact that it started with only 64GB of internal storage on the base model, although there is option of 128 and 256, but for the fact that we have to spend more money to get those is what really concerns me. That's the only one thing I don't like about this phone. The second question I get to ask a lot is about the battery. People want to know how long the battery can last. To be honest, if you are a power user, I don't think this phone would get you throughout a day. The battery is not even up to 3000 mAh battery. That means it is only usable for moderate users without charging during the day. But if you're a power user, you like playing games, doing video editing, or other intensive tasks, I think you might need to charge your phone maybe one time or twice in a day. Apart from all that, this phone is well built. It has a glass at the front and also at the back, metal on the frame. It is IP68 dust and water resistant, so it is solid. For the display, we have an OLED panel HDR10 Plus that can max out at 1200 nits when you are outdoor under direct sunlight. The display size is 6.1 inch with 1170 pixel resolution. It is just a little bit more better than 1080p. I really like how this phone handles videos. When it comes to videography, this is one of the best you can get. You have the option to shoot 4K at 24 or even 60 fps on the rear. On the back, we have two camera lenses, 12 megapixel wide lens and 12 megapixel ultra wide lens that takes great photo with a lot of detail. On the front, we have a 12 megapixel wide lens as well that can do some pretty nice work. The legendary iPhone 12 that came out with $800 price tag back in the days is now around $233 to $250 in 2025. Even in Nigeria, the 64GB version of this phone is listed for around 350k, but the most realistic price here is that 400,000 to 450,000 naira. There is also iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 12 Pro Max. The advantage of opting for iPhone 12 Pro Max is that large 6.7 inch screen that accommodates more batteries, 6GB of RAM, and that 3 camera system. As for the iPhone 12 Pro, you will get the same 6.1 inches plus that triple camera system, the additional telephoto lens, and then the prices are pretty reasonable in 2025. The Galaxy S22 Ultra is definitely among my favorite old flagships, and I like this phone because of its design. The design is very similar to the newest Galaxy Ultra phones, and I would say if you want to experience Ultra experience for the first time and you are on a budget, this is a pretty good option to start with. This phone is solid and well built. It has Gorilla Glass Features Plus both on the front and the back, aluminum frame, and it is IP68 rated. It is large, 6.8 inches. The display is one of the best I've seen, even compared to the newest display we are seeing right now. On here we have a dynamic AMOLED 2x 120Hz refresh rate, HDR10 plus supported, 1750 nits peak brightness. When I say these old flagships have excellent display, you see what I'm saying. We have 1440p resolution here. Everything is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass Victus Plus. This one comes with Android 12 out of the box with a promise of 4 years of major Android update, which means it is currently running on Android 15. All of this is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor, which is still efficient for gaming, multitasking, and all the powerful tasks that you intend to do. This phone can handle them all. It is even more fluid if you opt for the 12GB of RAM version. You know, it comes in either 8 or 12GB of RAM version, and the storage option range from 128 to 1TB. There is no memory expansion on this phone. At the rear, we have a large 108MP wide lens, a 10MP telephoto lens for the 3x optical zoom, another 10MP periscope lens with optical image stabilization, giving you 10x optical zoom. We also have a 12MP ultra wide lens, which means we have 4 lenses on this phone, 4 camera lenses. The most interesting part of this camera is that it can shoot 8K videos. There is option to shoot in 4K as well. Most people won't really need 8K video recording. The front facing camera houses a large 40MP wide lens, which can shoot 4K videos as well. Photos on this phone are very impressive, and the video quality are great too. The speaker on here are very loud. There is no headphone jack. The fingerprint is an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor that is very fast and secure. We have a 5000 mAh power battery here with a 45W wired charging. There is also wireless charging and reverse wireless charging. This phone is currently listed for around $345 on eBay refurbished. So, and here I found it listed for around 750,000 to 790,000. The Galaxy Note 20 Ultra will give you almost the same experience as the Galaxy S22 Ultra. The display is similar, but the one on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is a little bit taller. It is a 6.9-inch display. This phone comes with Android 10 out of the box, which means the highest Android version you can get is Android 13, and that could be a deal breaker for some people, but for others, Android 13 with One UI 5 is still manageable. The most interesting part of this phone is the Snapdragon 865 Plus processor. This processor can handle gaming very well without eating up unnecessarily, compared to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 on the Galaxy S22 that tends to eat up during gaming, or the Snapdragon 888 that also eats up. The Snapdragon 865 processor is really impressive. It can handle gaming really well. Memory can be expanded on this phone. This is like the last Note from Samsung. You could expand storage. Storage variance goes up to 512GB. Another cool thing about this phone is the inclusion of the S Pen stylus, which is great for productivity for people who work on their smartphone a lot. So we have a 12MP periscope lens on this phone that can give you 5x optical zoom and 50x hybrid zoom. We have a large 108 wide lens plus a 12MP ultra wide lens, and we also have option to shoot 4K. 10MP front facing camera can also shoot 4K. We have a really nice stereo speakers, no headphone jack. We have ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. Currently on eBay, refurbished eBay, this phone is around $280, and that is around 400k to 460k here in Nigeria. Cheapest of all this phone, which I promised to share with you at the end, is the Galaxy S20 FE. So I crowned this phone as the best overall budget phone of any time from 2020 to 2025. Although it was released in 2020, so whether you are considering getting old or new phone, this is like the best you can get for this price. There is no phone that can offer you this kind of performance, this kind of camera, and the overall experience at this price. The only downside for me is that this phone cannot go beyond Android 13. The phone is well built as well, although we have a plastic back on this one. The Gorilla Glass 3 on the front is solid, and then the frame is aluminum. On top of that, we have IP68 rating as well. The display is Super AMOLED display, 120Hz refresh rate, HDR10 Plus, 6.5 inches, 1080p, protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 3. On the inside, this phone is powered by the Snapdragon 865 processor, just like the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. It is one of the best processors I've seen. It also has a memory card slot with storage option up to 256GB, but I recommend going for the 8GB RAM version to have the best experience. So at the back we have a triple camera setup, a 12MP wide lens, 8MP telephoto lens plus a 12MP ultra wide lens. With 4K video recording capabilities, the front camera is a large 32 megapixel lens that can also shoot pretty nice photos and videos. Photos and videos are really nice on this phone, especially when there is good light. So you really like photos and video you capture with the Galaxy S20 FE in a well lit condition. It might struggle in low light, but when there is enough light, the photos are great. The phone also has stereo speakers, although there's no headphone jack, and the fingerprint is not an ultrasonic fingerprint, so it is an optical fingerprint sensor. We have a 4500 mAh battery along with wireless charging and reverse wireless charging. So go ahead and tell me any phone that can offer all this for 250,000. So I bet you can't find any. And if you think there is another phone that can offer all these features at this price, you can tell me in the comment section below. So some people might be complaining about the Greenline. I'll be realistic. I can't assure you that you can't get it on your phone. Just to make sure you're using your phone moderately, avoid overheating, and don't charge while using it. Honorable mentions go to the Galaxy S21 FE, Google Pixel 6a. They are a little bit more expensive than the Galaxy S20 FE, and they offer more in terms of performance and camera and all of that. If you have any question regarding all these phones, let me know in the comment section below, or maybe there is a phone I will have included on this list, so you can tell me in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you find this video helpful, consider subscribing to this channel and like this video, and make sure you turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our amazing video. So thanks for watching once again. Let me catch you guys in the next one.